Welcome, my friends. You are watching ultra-rare US coins, the one and only place where truth meets treasure and where history is revealed in shining silver and copper. Tonight, I am about to take you on a journey that will change the way you look at coins forever. We're not talking about pocket change you toss aside. We're talking about Roosevelt dimes, coins that many think are common, but in reality, hide secrets worth more than gold. Some of these dimes have crossed decades, surviving time, markets, and collectors' hands, only to emerge today as breathtaking rarities. Others, struck just years ago, still carry mysteries that can make them worth tens of thousands of dollars in today's auction market. But here's the most powerful truth. These coins are not myths, not legends, not stories made to entertain you. They are real. Their values are real, and their presence in the hands of collectors is proof that treasure is not buried underground anymore. It is hiding right in plain sight. Stay with me, because what I am about to show you is not only faithful and trustful, it is life-changing. 7 coins, 7 incredible Roosevelt dimes that are rising in value day after day, each one a masterpiece of history, rarity, and beauty. By the end of this video, you will see why these coins are more than currency. They are treasures of America itself. Coin number 1. The Roosevelt dime, 2018 edition, carrying the bold P mint mark, with natural brown spotting across its surface, aged with a beauty that only time and conditions can create. At first glance, it may appear like just another dime in circulation. But let me assure you, this coin is anything but ordinary. In fact, the deeper we look, the clearer it becomes that this dime is a doorway into an extraordinary world of rarity, history, and skyrocketing collector demand. Let's begin with its history and background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. America wanted to honor him for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but also because he was the driving force behind the March of Dimes, an organization created to fight polio. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has become one of the most enduring and widely used coins in American currency, a small yet powerful symbol of strength, progress, and resilience. By 2018, the design had long been familiar, but what sets this particular dime apart is not the common story. It is the rare anomalies, the unique conditions, and the unmistakable signs that elevate it far above the rest. Now let's talk about its composition. Since 1965, Roosevelt dimes have been minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition. They feature a pure copper core with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving them their silver-like appearance. But here's where collectors start paying attention. Not all dimes age the same way. Exposure, environmental conditions, and even slight mint variations create coins that stand out dramatically, and those standouts become treasures. And this brings us directly to the unique features of this 2018 dime. Unlike most pristine coins struck from the Philadelphia Mint, this particular dime carries a warm brown spotting across its surface, almost like nature itself has left a fingerprint on history. These spots give it a distinct, one-of-a-kind look that collectors crave because no two are ever alike. To hold the dime is to hold something truly unrepeatable, something that no mint can reproduce again. Its surface tells its own story, whispering of time, preservation, and chance, an accidental masterpiece created by natural conditions. Now, when we talk about rarity and collector demand, this is where things get thrilling. While millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck in 2018, very few survived with such beautiful, naturally spotted toning and in fine condition that highlights every detail of the design. collectors around the world are in constant pursuit of unique variants, coins that separate themselves from the ordinary flood of circulation. And the demand for such coins is rising with unstoppable momentum. These are not just small collectibles, they are financial time machines. Every day, as auctions close and bids rise higher, coins like this are proving themselves to be nothing less than golden tickets to fortune. And that leads us to the part you have been waiting for, the current market value of this coin. Right now, in today's auction market, this Roosevelt dime from 2018 with the P mint mark, showing its brown spotting and preserved fine condition, is valued at a staggering $34,000. Yes, $34,000 for a single dime. And this isn't fiction, this isn't hype. This is the absolute current price collectors are paying right now. Think about it. A coin that could slip unnoticed into your change could actually be the key to a treasure chest. And the best part? The value of such coins is only moving upward. The market is surging, the demand is intensifying, and every passing year turns this dime into an even greater prize. What you hold here isn't just a coin, it's a treasure, a fortune, and a powerful reminder that the smallest objects can hold the biggest secrets. Never underestimate modern dimes. Too often, collectors chase only the oldest coins, ignoring more recent issues. But the modern era produces its own legends, coins with anomalies, rare toning, and unique features that catapult their value into the stratosphere. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and always give attention to detail. You never know when you might be holding tomorrow's fortune. This Roosevelt dime isn't just money. It is a story, a piece of American history, and most importantly, it is treasure. A treasure that proves how the smallest things can carry the heaviest value. This coin teaches us that rarity is not always about age, it's about uniqueness, condition, and demand. And right now, in the auction market, this dime stands tall as one of the most desirable modern treasures you could ever hope to find. Next coin, number 2. Now let me introduce to you a masterpiece from the modern era, yet already blazing through the collector's world with unstoppable momentum. This is the Roosevelt dime from 2016, bearing the proud D mint mark, beautifully dressed in natural shades of brown and black, a coin whose very surface is a canvas painted by time itself. At first glance, it might look like another dime minted out of Denver, but let me assure you, it is so much more than that. This dime is living proof that rarity does not always come from centuries past. Sometimes treasures are born just a few years ago, and today you are about to see exactly why collectors are fighting tooth and nail to secure this gem. Let's begin with its history. The Roosevelt dime, as you know, has been in circulation since 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt not only for his remarkable leadership through some of America's darkest chapters, but also for his crusade against polio through the March of Dimes. Each dime minted since then is not just a coin, it is a symbol of resilience, progress, and victory over adversity. By 2016, the dime had already been a faithful part of American life for 70 years. But this particular piece, with its Denver mint mark and its extraordinary natural toning, is no ordinary chapter in that long story. It is a highlighted page, bold, unforgettable, and immensely valuable. Now let's talk composition. Like its modern counterparts, the 2016 Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper core, clad with a blend of copper and nickel, giving it that brilliant silvery appearance when fresh from the mint. But here is where it becomes fascinating. Not every dime reacts to its environment in the same way. Through handling, storage, and even the unseen micro-elements in the air, some coins develop unique colorations, tones, and shades that transform them from standard currency into one-of-a-kind collectibles. And that's exactly what has happened here. The unique features of this dime make it unlike anything else you will see. Its surface carries a combination of brown and black, shading a natural striking effect that collectors crave. This is not damage, this is beauty. It gives the coin personality, character, and individuality. No two coins with this type of natural patina ever look the same, which means what you are seeing here is truly one of one. The way the shades sweep across its surface creates a sense of age and rarity that demands attention. To hold this dime is to hold a rare creation of both minting and time, a coin that speaks without words, telling its own unique story. Now let's move to rarity and demand. While millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck in 2016 at the Denver Mint, coins with such unique toning and preserved in very fine condition are a completely different story. These are the dimes that break free from the ordinary, the ones collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts of money for, because they represent rarity, beauty, and investment potential. Demand for toned coins has surged in recent years, and with every auction, their prices are climbing higher and higher. Collectors are not just chasing after coins like this, they are fighting for them, bidding fiercely because they know what others don't. These coins are treasures, and treasures only grow more valuable over time. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the current market value. Right now, today, this 2016 Roosevelt dime with its D mint mark, displaying its extraordinary brown and black shaded toning in very fine condition, is selling in the auction market for a staggering $38,000. Yes, $38,000 for a single dime. And let me tell you this, the value of this coin is not stagnant. It is not holding steady. No, it is rising, climbing, and surging like a wave that will only grow taller as time moves on. The demand is multiplying, the collectors are ready, and this dime is proving itself to be nothing short of a treasure chest in your pocket. This is not fiction. I am telling you the absolute truth. Coins like this can and will continue to change the lives of those lucky enough to find or hold them. So here is my tip for collectors. Never ignore condition and toning. Age alone does not make a coin valuable. It is the unique fingerprint of time, the rarity of features, and the demand of the marketplace that elevates a coin into the realm of true treasures. Keep your eyes sharp, check every coin you come across, and never pass over a dime with personality. That personality could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. This Roosevelt dime from 2016 is living proof that the modern era holds treasures equal to, and sometimes greater than, the legends of the past. Its brown and black shades give it a life all its own. Its rarity makes it a star in the collector's world, and its rising value makes it a true investment, a piece of history that doubles as a fortune. Coins like this are why we call them treasures, and why we remind you every day that what looks ordinary can, in truth, be extraordinary. Next coin number 3. Here it is, the Roosevelt dime from 1976, without a mint mark, adorned with naturally formed brown dots across its surface and preserved in fine condition. At first glance, it may look like just another coin from the 1970s, a simple piece of pocket change from America's bicentennial year. But that's where the magic lies. It is far from ordinary. This coin is a hidden masterpiece, a sleeper treasure that has become one of the most sought-after Roosevelt dimes in the collector's world. Let's begin with the history and background. The year 1976 was no ordinary year for America. It marked the nation's bicentennial, 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. All across the United States, pride, patriotism, and celebration filled the air. While the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins received special bicentennial designs, the dime kept its classic Roosevelt portrait, quietly carrying on its tradition while history unfolded around it. That makes the Roosevelt dime from 1976 a fascinating coin. It is tied directly to one of America's greatest celebrations, yet it retained its timeless dignity, becoming a silent witness to the bicentennial era. Now let's explore the composition. Like other post-1965 Roosevelt dimes, the 1976 version is a copper-nickel-clad coin built around a copper core with outer layers of copper and nickel that give it the silvery finish we recognize instantly. Millions were minted that year, yes, but here's where rarity creeps in. Some were struck without a mint mark, a detail that instantly separates them from their counterparts. Add in the fact that this particular dime has developed its own natural beauty with scattered brown spotting, and suddenly you are no longer looking at a dime, you are holding an irreplaceable treasure. What makes this coin so desirable are its unique features. The absence of a mint mark alone sends collectors rushing to auctions. Usually, dimes carry a mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, but when one is struck without it, it becomes a whisper of mystery in American coinage. Why was it left blank? Was it a minting oversight? A rare production quirk? That unanswered question only adds to its appeal. Now we move into rarity and collector demand. The 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is already a legend among coin enthusiasts. Its scarcity, its ties to the bicentennial year, and its beautiful individuality make it a star at auctions. Collectors know that these coins are not just hard to find, they are nearly impossible to replace. And when a coin reaches that level of rarity, the demand is insatiable. Every serious collector wants one, and the battle for ownership drives prices through the roof. Which brings us to the part you've been waiting for: the current market value. Right now, this 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, in fine condition, with its one-of-a-kind natural brown dotting, is commanding a jaw-dropping $80,000 in the auction market. Yes, $80,000 for a dime that could easily slip unnoticed into a handful of change. And listen carefully, this is not fiction, this is fact. The market value of this coin is increasing every single day. Its rarity grows sharper with time. Its demand grows fiercer with every auction. And its price is climbing like a treasure stock no collector can ignore. To hold this coin is to hold a fortune, a treasure chest, condensed into the smallest of metals. Always pay close attention to mint marks, or in this case, the absence of one. Small details make the biggest difference in coin collecting. A missing letter, a tiny mark, or a natural toning pattern can be the gateway to life-changing value. Examine every dime carefully. Never dismiss what looks simple, because hidden among the ordinary are treasures like this one. Treasures worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 1976 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is not just a coin, it is a treasure born from history, a product of America's bicentennial era, and a rare masterpiece whose uniqueness has lifted it into the realm of priceless collectibles. With its striking brown dotting, its mysterious lack of a mint mark, and its undeniable rarity, this coin is proof that the smallest details create the greatest treasures. Its current market value of $80,000 is no accident. It is the reflection of its true worth and the promise of even greater value in the years to come. Next, coin number 4. This is the Roosevelt dime from 1988, proudly bearing the D mint mark of Denver, naturally decorated with stunning brown and green spots across its surface, preserved in very fine condition. What you're about to discover is that this coin is no ordinary dime. It is a treasure born from rarity, shaped by history, and made priceless by the hands of time. Let's begin with its history and background. By 1988, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for over 4 decades, faithfully carrying the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader remembered for his courage during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his fight against polio. These dimes were never meant to be rare. They were workhorses of American commerce, minted in the millions to keep the economy moving. But here's the twist. Rarity doesn't always come from age alone. It comes from the unique, the unrepeatable, the extraordinary, and that's exactly what this 1988 Denver dime represents. Now let's talk about its composition. Like all modern Roosevelt dimes since 1965, this coin is a copper nickel-clad piece with a pure copper core and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. On paper, it may sound ordinary. But what turns this dime into a standout treasure is not what it is made of. It is how time and environment have shaped it into something collectors crave. That brings us to its unique features. This dime wears a breathtaking coat of natural toning, subtle brown and green spots that stretch across its surface like a painter's brush strokes on canvas. These shades are not flaws. They are the fingerprints of time, marks that make the coin absolutely one of a kind. No two dimes ever age in exactly the same way. And this one has become a masterpiece, a piece of art wrapped in history. Its tones create contrast, depth, and beauty, making it stand apart from every other dime minted in 1988. Now let's dive into its rarity and demand. Yes, millions of Roosevelt dimes rolled out of the Denver Mint in 1988. But ask any serious collector, and they will tell you condition and uniqueness are everything. A dime with such striking toning, combined with its preservation in very fine condition, transforms from pocket change into treasure. That is why demand for coins like this is climbing with every passing year. Collectors are no longer satisfied with common coins. They are chasing the rarest, the most beautiful, the most extraordinary examples. And when a coin matches that description, the competition to own it becomes fierce. Which brings us to the heart-pounding part, the current market value. This Roosevelt dime from 1988, with its D mint mark, its natural brown and green spotting, and its very fine condition, is today valued in the auction market at an astonishing $70,000. Yes, $70,000 for a single dime. And listen closely, this isn't an exaggerated claim. This isn't a dream. This is the truth, the absolute current market price being paid by serious collectors right now. And here's the most thrilling part. The value is not slowing down. It's rising. Every day the demand sharpens, the rarity grows stronger, and the price climbs higher. This coin is a treasure chest in miniature, proof that fortunes can be hidden in the smallest corners of everyday life. Pay attention to coins with unusual toning. Too many people pass them over, mistaking beauty for blemish. But real collectors know better. Toning is character, individuality, and rarity combined. The market is falling in love with naturally toned coins, and prices are soaring. If you ever find a coin with shades of brown, green, or rainbow-like hues, pause, examine, and treasure it. You could be holding a fortune in disguise. The 1988 Roosevelt dime, with its Denver Mint mark, is not just another coin, it is a miracle of time, a product of history, and a priceless treasure whose beauty is matched only by its value. With its one-of-a-kind brown and green tones and its very fine condition, it has claimed its place among the most sought-after Roosevelt dimes in the world. Its current market value of $70,000 is only the beginning. Its future promises even greater heights. To hold this coin is to hold treasure. To own it is to own history. Next coin number 5. This is the Roosevelt dime from 2014, carrying the P Mint mark of Philadelphia and dressed in extraordinary black and green shading across its surface, preserved in very fine condition. At first sight, it may appear like a simple modern dime, but when you look deeper, you will see this coin is far from ordinary. It is a rare masterpiece, a work of natural beauty, and a collector's treasure that proves modern coins can hold value beyond imagination. Let's begin with its history. The Roosevelt dime has been with us since 1946, a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, an icon of leadership, strength, and resilience. By 2014, the dime was nearly 7 decades old as a design, still carrying Roosevelt's portrait with dignity, a coin millions of Americans handle daily without ever suspecting its hidden worth. But among those millions of dimes, a select few emerge, special, unique, different. This 2014 Philadelphia dime is one of those rare standouts. Now let's talk about its composition. Like all Roosevelt dimes since 1965, it is struck with a copper core and layered with a copper-nickel blend, giving it its familiar silvery finish. But what transforms it into treasure is not the basic metal content. It is the way that time, environment, and chemistry work together to create something unforgettable on its surface. And that brings us to its unique features. This particular dime wears a striking coat of black and green shading, natural tones formed over time that make it unlike any other coin minted that year. These shades are not flaws, they are beauty, character, and individuality. They tell the story of a coin touched by time in just the right way. The green hues shimmer like an emerald mist, while the dark tones give the dime a dramatic depth. No mint could ever replicate this look. No second coin will ever appear the same. This dime is a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, a living fingerprint of history. Now, let's move into its rarity and demand. While millions of 1914 Roosevelt dimes rolled out of the Philadelphia Mint, very few have survived with such striking natural toning and in very fine condition. Collectors know the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary, and when they see this kind of uniqueness, demand explodes. Toned coins are skyrocketing in popularity, and those with dramatic shades, like the black and green of this dime, are commanding huge attention. Auctions are seeing fierce bidding wars over coins like this, because collectors recognize not only the rarity, but also the investment potential. The market for toned coins is growing hotter by the day, and this dime is riding that wave straight into the realm of treasures. And now the moment of truth, the current market value. And let me be crystal clear. This is the absolute current value, not a guess, not a fantasy. The market is proving it daily. And the best part? That value is not slowing down. It's climbing. It is rising with unstoppable energy. The demand is surging, the supply is shrinking, and every day that passes makes this dime even more of a priceless treasure. To hold this coin is to hold a fortune, a treasure chest compressed into the size of a dime. Do not dismiss modern coins. Too often, collectors chase only the old, forgetting that new coins can carry secrets just as valuable. Pay attention to unusual toning, to strange shades, to details that make one coin stand apart from the others. That small difference could mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing treasure. The 2014 Roosevelt dime, with its P mint mark, is proof that modern coins are not to be overlooked. Its unique black and green toning transforms it into a masterpiece of rarity. Its very fine condition makes it a star in the collecting world, and its soaring market value of $49,000 shows that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. This is not just a dime, it is a treasure, an investment, and a story of time itself written in metal. Next, coin number 6. Roosevelt dime from 1966, without a mint mark, shimmering with natural green and yellow spotting, preserved in very fine condition. At first glance, it may look like an old dime from the mid-1960s, but as we peel back the layers of history, you will see why this coin is far more than pocket change. This dime is a fortune in miniature, a rare and beautiful survivor that is turning heads and commanding staggering prices in today's market. Let's start with the history and background. The year 1966 was a pivotal moment in American coinage. Just a year earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint had made a groundbreaking change. Silver was removed from circulating dimes, quarters, and half dollars, replaced with copper-nickel-clad compositions. For decades, coins had carried precious metal, but by 1966, the new clad era was fully underway. At the same time, to prevent coin hoarding during the transition, the Mint suspended mint marks altogether from 1965 to 1967. That is why this 1966 Roosevelt dime carries no mark, already making it an intriguing piece of American history. Now, let's talk about the composition. The 1966 dime was made of an inner core of pure copper, sandwiched between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gave the coin its silvery shine, but it also set the stage for something much more fascinating: the natural transformations of time. Decades of exposure to the elements, subtle chemical reactions, and preservation conditions gave this dime its most eye-catching feature, the remarkable natural toning. Which brings us to its unique features. This coin is dressed in beautiful green and yellow spotting across its surface. These colors aren't mistakes, they are artistry. They are the fingerprints of time itself. No mint could produce such shades, no second dime could ever match this exact look. The green tones give it an emerald glow, while the yellow adds warmth, almost as if the coin has captured sunlight in its metal. These colors elevate it from currency to treasure, from dime to masterpiece. Collectors know when a coin wears natural toning this stunning, it becomes one of a kind. Now let's dive into rarity and demand. Yes, millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck in 1966, but here's the truth. Finding one in very fine condition, with natural toning of this beauty and without a mint mark, is an almost impossible task. That's what drives collectors wild. The ordinary coins from 1966 are plentiful, but the extraordinary ones, like this, are treasures. In the world of numismatics, rarity and uniqueness are everything, and this coin checks both boxes with power. Demand for toned coins is at an all-time high, and this dime is shining at the center of that storm. Now, the part that will make your heart race: the current market value. Today, this 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, glowing with its green and yellow spotting in very fine condition, is valued in the auction market at a jaw-dropping $83,000. Yes, $83,000 for a single dime. And let me be absolutely clear, this is not fiction. This is the real, current market price being paid right now. The value of this coin is increasing day by day. Its rarity grows sharper, its demand grows fiercer, and its price climbs higher with every auction. This coin is no less than a treasure chest disguised as a dime. To hold it is to hold wealth, history, and fortune all in one. Never overlook coins from the clad era, especially those minted between 1965 and 1967. Many people dismiss them as common, but in truth, they hold some of the most surprising rarities. Always check carefully for natural toning, unusual spotting, and strong preservation. What looks ordinary may turn out to be extraordinary, and extraordinary coins bring extraordinary rewards. The 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, shimmering with its green and yellow tones, is more than a coin. It is a treasure born from history, shaped by time, and crowned with value. Its absence of a mint mark ties it to one of the most fascinating chapters in United States. Coinage, its unique coloring, makes it a masterpiece, and its soaring market value of $83,000 proves it belongs among the greatest treasures collectors dream of. Next coin, number 7. Welcome back, treasure seekers. You are watching Ultra Rare US Coins, the channel where truth meets treasure, where every coin tells a story, and where fortunes hide in the smallest places. We've walked together through an incredible journey today, uncovering 6 breathtaking coins, each one a masterpiece of rarity and value. But now, it is time for the final revelation of the day. And let me tell you, this is the Roosevelt dime from 2014, bearing the D-Mint mark of Denver, naturally adorned with golden yellow spots across its surface, preserved in very fine condition. At first glance, it may look like just another dime minted in the millions, but in reality, this coin is a rare and radiant treasure, a piece of history that proves modern coins can hold wealth beyond imagination. Let's start with the history and background. By 1914, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for nearly 70 years, faithfully carrying the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader remembered not only for guiding America through its toughest times, but also for his fight against polio through the March of Dimes. While the design had become familiar, the truth is that among the countless coins minted, a select few carry secrets of rarity and uniqueness that set them apart from the rest. This Denver dime from 2014 is one of those chosen few. Now let's move into its composition. Like all modern Roosevelt dimes, it was struck with a pure copper core, wrapped in a copper-nickel blend, durable, reliable, and meant for everyday use. But what turns this dime into treasure is not the common metal, it is the unrepeatable beauty it has developed over time. Which brings us to its unique features. Across its surface, this dime glows with yellow spotting, a natural toning effect that transforms it into something extraordinary. These golden shades shimmer like drops of sunlight, giving the coin character an individuality no other 2014 dime can match. Collectors treasure coins that stand out, coins that wear time's touch in ways that no mint can replicate. And that's exactly what this dime is, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece created by chance, preserved by history, and now sought after as a prize. Now let's talk about rarity and demand. Yes, millions of Roosevelt dimes were minted in Denver in 2014, but coins like this one, showing unique natural toning, preserved in very fine condition, and standing apart from the masses, are extremely rare. Collectors are chasing toned coins with more passion than ever before, and golden hues like this are in especially high demand. At auctions, coins with natural yellow spotting spark bidding wars as serious collectors fight to own them. The supply is tiny, the demand is enormous, and the result is skyrocketing values. And that brings us to the most thrilling part, the current market value. Today, this Roosevelt dime from 2014 with the D-Mint mark glowing with its golden yellow spots in very fine condition, is valued in the auction market at an astonishing $48,000. Yes, $48,000 for a dime struck just over a decade ago. And let me assure you, this is the real current market price being paid right now. And here's the most exciting truth. The value is not staying still. It is rising, climbing, and surging day after day. This dime is more than a coin, it is a treasure chest in miniature, a fortune waiting for the lucky collector who holds it. Always look closely at your coins. Toning is not a flaw, it is a sign of uniqueness. Yellow spotting, rainbow hues, green or brown shading. These natural patterns are what transform common coins into priceless rarities. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and remember, treasure often hides in plain sight. The 2014 Roosevelt dime, with its Denver mint mark and golden yellow spots, is the perfect ending to today's journey. It is a modern treasure, a masterpiece born from ordinary beginnings, and a coin whose rising value of $48,000 makes it a true prize in the collector's world. To hold this dime is to hold wealth, beauty, and history all in one. Here at Ultra Rare US Coins, we are proud to be your most faithful and trusted source for daily updates, rare discoveries, and the most exciting coin stories in the world. And remember, what you've seen today is not the end. It's only the beginning, because every coin you touch could be the treasure that changes your life.